Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Wealth Builder Society podcast. This is episode 1.5/2. I just wanted to come and talk to you guys really briefly. I've been doing a lot of soul searching, working on my business, trying to figure out ways to better myself, to be able to provide better content and information and an experiential type of situation for my customers and my clients. And I've also been working on training and coaching, which I find is so incredibly important, you guys. And through that, through the conferences that I've been attending, through the sessions that I've been attending, virtual sessions, masterminds, so on and so forth, I've learned a number of things, and I've kind of had some, business or entrepreneurial epiphanies. And one of the things I'd like to talk about is 6 quick steps to boost your influence and profitability. Now, a lot of times, as business owners, we go about trying to figure out everything that we possibly can to provide our clients, to provide our customers, to give them the best possible experience. But when that happens, a lot of times they end up being overwhelmed because we've given them too many choices. And what we need to do, and what I'm finding, what I'm hearing from a lot of other people, is that what we really need to do is niche down or really figure out 1, maybe 2 things that we can provide to them that will give them the best value, the best benefit, the best transformation, etc. And so one of the things I think is super important as far as the 6 steps that I just mentioned is being able to narrow down your audience or your ideal customer or your ideal client. So if we have kind of scattered ideas or really large populations of people that we want to serve, it's going to be impossible to serve all of them. It's going to be impossible to make all of them happy, to be able to provide everybody stellar service, because people are people and people want different things at different times. So there's really no one point in time where everybody's going to be perfectly happy with what it is that you have to offer. So I think that's the first thing is to really get clear and intentional on the audience that you plan to serve, okay? What is your ideal customer avatar? Who are you looking to serve? I happen to be looking for small business women, small minority-owned businesses, women who are in the finance, the technology, fintech, or the insurance industries, because I happen to have that background and experience, and I happen to know a lot of people who are in there, and I know for sure that there is a need in those niches. So that's kind of where I focus. Now, the second thing I think you need to do is, after you identify your customer and your customer and your clients, is to really get clear on your product or service. Okay, what are those 1, 2 things that you're going to provide to them? What are those 1 or 2 things that you're going to be incredibly stellar on, going to have top-notch delivery, going to be best in class? What are those things, right? And then once you figure out those things, you can really pour your energy and your heart and your education and your expertise into providing those things to them. And then once you get really good at those things, then that's when you can really start to expand, because you have that customer base, you have that social proof, you have those reviews, you've had the experience, so on and so forth. So you know that that's going to be a successful point in your business. And then from there, you can kind of start to scale, okay? Number 3, you really want to engage with your customers and your clients. And when I say engage, I mean talk to them and find out what it is that they really want, what it is that they really need. So if they've come to you for bookkeeping, for instance, and you know that after bookkeeping is going to come tax time, maybe you can engage with them and say, hey, now that you've understood how to manage your books, you've got them, taken care of, you understand how to reconcile your transactions every month, who's going to be doing your taxes? If you happen to do taxes, you can raise your hand and say, hey, why don't you let me do your taxes? Since I've already been working on your books and I know your numbers, it makes sense, and it would be a much easier transition for me to just go ahead and do your taxes for you. You don't necessarily have to go anywhere else. You don't have to search for a new CPA. You don't have to worry about somebody messing up your numbers because they haven't been familiar with them all year, so on and so forth. So that's one thing you can do. So again, understanding what it is that your customer or client needs, and then being able to provide that for them is going to be incredibly important. So far we have narrow down or identify your ideal customer, right? 2, narrow down and or identify your top 1 to 2 products or services that you plan to deliver to them. And then number 3, engage with and or survey your customers and clients and find out what it is that they want right now, what it is that they need right now, or what they need or want in the near future so that you can plan for your next product or service. Okay. Number 4, once you understand what it is that they want and they need, make sure you deliver upon that. Okay. So if it's like a course, make sure that you take all of that information, all that feedback, and create the most amazing course possible for them. And when I say a course, a lot of people at this point in time are looking for something that's experiential, right? They don't want to just see papers and, PDFs and homework and just steps and boring stuff in a module. They want to be able to do something that's experiential, right? They want to be able to follow you from A to Z. They want to have a transformation. They want to have something that's quick that they can see as far as change goes. They want to be able to, touch it, feel it, see that there's a change. And that's incredibly important when you're putting out course content. So again, you want something that they're going to be able to have some sort of transformation in a pretty short period of time. So number 5 is that once you do create that product and you give it to them, you want to solicit feedback, okay? When we have our beta courses or beta products or services or whatever you want to call it, when you initially offer them, you're going to need to understand how it was. Did it deliver on the big promise that you gave to them? Did it meet their expectations? Were they able to get the transformation that they thought they were going to get? And if so, will you provide feedback for me so that I have social proof for the next cohort, class, group of people, potential clients that are going to come in and see that, hey, I know what it is that I'm doing. I know my stuff. I understand my stuff. And here's the proof. Okay? So, 5, solicit feedback, get that social proof. And then number 6 is going to be to perfect it. So once you do get that feedback and that social proof, you're going to make sure that you take what they say into account, into heart, and make sure that you're actually delivering upon what it is that they've asked you to deliver, right? So if they're saying that maybe the courses that you created was too long, maybe think about how you can reduce the time. Maybe you can think about how to make it more efficient, or maybe break it up so that it doesn't seem so long and that they have bite-sized pieces of information that they can consume and again act upon really quickly. Okay? If it's something else like maybe the package that you provided for me didn't include enough things. Maybe in the future you can think about combining some services and provide that for your customers. I mean, when people tell you these things, guys, it's very important to listen, especially if you plan on making some money. If you want to make some money with your customers, you need to make sure that you're giving them what they want, right? Because people want what they want. Like if I'm paying you for something, my expectation as someone who was giving you money, right? I gave you the money, I expect the service that you promised me. So again, give them what they want. So if we could just briefly recap, guys, the top 6 things that you can do quickly to boost your influence and profitability are: 1, narrow down your audience or your ideal customer. Get clear on who it is that you want to serve, okay? Number 2, narrow down and or clarify the 1 to 2 products or services that you want to provide to your customers and clients. 3, engage with your customers and clients and get feedback on what it is that they need, what they want, what they're having trouble with, what they could use more of, so on and so forth. Number 4 is deliver on, what it is that they've asked you for, okay? Make sure that you are giving the people what they want. Give them what they want. And that's a surefire way to make a lot of people happy, okay? And to have them coming back to you because they know that you were a person of your word, a business of your word. You delivered on what it was that you said that you would provide to them, and that you did it in a way that was awesome, or it was a good experience for them, okay? Number 5, solicit feedback on the product or service that you provide to them. So again, get that social proof, get those reviews. If you save somebody, $10,000, $12,000 on their taxes, which I'm sure a lot of people would love right about now, get that customer review. Have them put it on your website. Have them put it on your Facebook business page, your Instagram, wherever you need them to put it. Have them put it there so that you can refer to it later on, so that people understand that you do what you say you're going to do. Okay. And number 6, finally, is to perfect that product or service that you've given to them. So once you do get all the feedback, once you do, solicit everything that you possibly could, whether it be a survey, whether it be, a video testimonial, whether it be a phone call, a Facebook post, a post on your website, whatever it might be, make sure that you perfect that product. So go back, take everything that they said to you, well, maybe not everything, but the majority of the things that make sense to you as a business owner, and to your product and to your brand. Implement those things so that you're able to provide the next group of people that come into your product, service, course, offering, whatever it might be, will have an incredible experience, right? You want to be best in class, you want to be the top of your industry or your niche or whatever. So make sure that you're listening to the people and you're providing them with what they want. So guys, I just wanted to come here really quickly, give you just, again, like those 6 quick steps. Hopefully that's something that you can use, that you can implement really quickly to help you get your business up and running, to help you increase your sales, to help you with generating your leads or other people who might be interested in your product or service, and to help you broaden the audience in which you can, educate people. So again, really quickly, I wanted to come and talk to you. This is the Wealth Builder Society podcast. This is your host, Patrice, and I'm signing off. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.